Alright, welcome. If you're new to this channel, I'm dropping out of my PhD in June of 2024. And so at the moment, I have various projects going on in my life. First being, I'm still a PhD student, so I'm doing PhD research. But second being, I am looking to set up systems or software services that give me passive income. I have 90,000 in student debt, moving back in with my parent in-laws. I'm married, have a wife, um, and so that's gonna happen at least for a few months while I sort of get my feet under me and decide whether I can make money from software apps or if I should get like a freelancing job, or if an industry job like Microsoft, Costco, somewhere that's easy, um, that I can continue to work on my things on my free time. And right now what I'm working on is my website. I want to make everything in my life, like all these efforts, all these projects that I'm working on, something people can reference, because really I I wish I wish people were more transparent, but also provided more information on how to pursue things and really give the right mindset. Because if you look at like social media influencers, it's very easy to say, take this and you'll get this body, and the years of dedication that go into building like the body you want or getting the level of wealth that you want, it's not shown. And in some cases it's deceiving because it's genetics, or they had like parents to give them their start. And so I want to be a little bit more transparent, and really, for someone like me that came from like nothing, we're at a point where I was raised by a single mom. She was only making 20,000. So yeah, I mean, don't have any connections, don't have money, so I'm figuring it out. And I want to share my journey because I know I'm going to make it. So when I say make it, I know at least worst case, I'm going to have, like, by the time I'm dead, $10 million. Worst case. But yeah, I guess, okay, how do we do this? What should we do first? We can go over like a YouTube recap, give an update on the YouTube channel status. So YouTube channel kind of going, like getting 1 or 2 subscribers per day. Some days losing 1 or 2, which is fine. Some videos are popping, or not popping, but like relative to my other videos, they're doing better. Like this one's also getting better than the past 2. Gave up on not necessarily gave up, but I just decided that I can't do like this day-to-day March to Startup because there's lots of things that go into this. And for me to put an effort to like make a video strictly on starting up, so talking about coding, talking about business, entrepreneurship, that's not going to be the most efficient for me, and it's not going to lead to the quickest results, because I want to share my journey, but I also want to make progress. So I gave up on that in February. Just started to do like daily, I guess, daily work with me's updates. And most recently it's just been building my website to make my journey easy to follow. Once I build my website, first thing I'm working on is UX UI design, and then after that it's going to be website development, so full stack website development, and then after that iOS, refining my iOS skills, and then Android. And so this is going to take like 6 to 8 months where I'm just learning, but also in addition to learning, I am going to be working on ideas. So for example, I started learning website development like 2 or 3 weeks ago. In parallel to that, started to make my own website. So that this is actually like something useful. So in parallel to like UX UI design, might make a few designs for the first few apps I have in mind. In parallel to iOS, might start to make like the first few iOS apps I have in mind, and so on. So yeah, YouTube has been sort of following along. It hasn't been going terribly, but I also haven't been putting in like a lot of effort right now while I'm trying to build up like a foundation for, I guess, for a community that I envision around what I'm working on. Yeah, so front page is okay for now. I think the only thing I would change is the color, maybe the font, and yeah, everything else I think is fine. In the about page, fill this out so now you can get a little bit more context for where I'm at sort of in my journey, what I've done in my past. And I haven't really talked about it, so I can go over it quickly. I did Running Start, which was college and high school. Got an associate's degree in business administration, so I studied accounting, business law, political science, like the other things that are general, like education requirements. But yeah, studied business administration. Realized that if I want to start a business, I don't want to be another pen pusher or a pen pusher or a financial sort of the kind of people that don't do anything, the pen pushers. I need to have knowledge and depth into the area that I want to innovate. So that for me, that was electrical engineering. It's a mix of like computer science, computer engineering, and then you can also go into signals and machine learning. So there's electrical engineering so broad. I ended up completing over 21 electrical engineering classes just because I don't have any experience. I don't have any engineers in my family, so I couldn't really like get context other than me taking classes and realizing sort of, okay, this is the scope of things and how everything in life is sort of laid out. So that really gave me a lot of perspective. I decided to push myself, ended up graduating with 3 capstones, VLSI, which is like making chips on like phones, computers, GPUs, embedded systems, which is more like, you can think of like microwaves, the avionics, or the systems that control the systems and sensors that control airplanes or space rockets. But it could also be like vending machines, microwaves, refrigerators, analog integrated circuits. This is more the sensors and systems that are not ones and zeros. They interface like the real world with the chips. And yeah, that was a horrible year, but I learned a lot of skills in terms of having a good work ethic, technical management, project management skills, interned at NVIDIA, worked on improving the energy efficiency. And so my work did improve energy efficiency in GPUs like the RTX 490. I don't know which other ones, but I remember my mentor telling me it was in the RTX 490. So if you have an RTX 490, whatever circuits I improved are on the chips in your 490. So yeah, during that internship, I had like these skills: VLSI, Python, unsupervised machine learning, Linux, terminal C, C++. And I guess my point here just being, my skills are very fluid and dynamic, so they can change a lot based on what I'm working on. And so right now, for me to say I'm very good at Linux, or I have the best skills in let's see, what was another one, VLSI, that's not the case anymore, because I'm more so focused in a new direction. It's been like 1 or 2 years, but at that point I was good enough where I interned twice. They wanted me to come back again, but I wanted to pivot in my direction. Then after that, did my master's degree on a medical research project using like smartphone applications. So I learned all these skills, and then thought I wanted to go back in for another year, or thought I wanted to continue to my PhD and spin this off. So right now I'm like a first year PhD student, but turns out I'd rather focus on my entrepreneurial interests. And then I think like the biggest takeaways for me were really getting like getting perspective and developing my critical thinking, my analytical skills, my communication skills. These are skills that I take pride more so in than like learning a programming language or learning Linux or terminal. Like, these for me enable me to just whatever field I want to focus on, I can, and I know that I will succeed because of how much thought and how much dedication I put into it. And then engineering in general, that mindset of first principles and how systems interact translates to everything. So then you can see my current interests, and then slightly in the future, interest in blockchain technology, deep learning, artificial intelligence, and augmented reality, virtual reality. Okay. And then eventually I want to write a story about like my past to give more context, but that's a little bit in the future. And now let's talk about areas of wellness. I think this is what we're mostly all here for. So everything I do in life, every project I undertake, fits within an area of wellness. And this is just a framework that I didn't think of. It was thought up of before me, but it's how I like to sort of section my projects and really understand which areas I'm focusing on and which areas in the future I might want to put a little bit more focus so I don't neglect them, because you really want to be like well-rounded. You can't all the time, but you want to strive over time to be well-rounded. So those areas include emotional wellness, environmental wellness, occupational / finance, intellectual, physical, social, spiritual, and then this one is more of like this is the 8th area, and this is more of like a meta area where you're managing your life, and it sort of brings cohesion to all of these. So we can go over them really quickly. Emotional is just like your mindset. How do you be optimistic and have I'll just read it off: inner peace. How do you have balance, manage your emotions? And so in this area, I have these different efforts, have a timeline for context. I think I covered this previously. Environmental wellness, this is your home, your household, your home, your family, your community, and then eventually globally, how do you minimize your footprint? So that's also important. Occupational, this is the primary focus. I'll come back to this. Intellectual, this is PhD research. This might be of interest to some of you. But then in here I also have other things that I think will be interesting, like machine learning, Python, cybersecurity, learning languages, because we're more so now becoming a global, or globalization is more important now, especially as technology continues to improve. So that's something that I'm excited about. How do you improve your own learning capabilities? And physical, this one's also important to me that I'm focusing now because of how high my blood pressure is. So here I'm doing March to Optimal Health. I haven't really talked about it, but once I sort of set this up, it'll be easy for people to understand and follow, and also implement their own things. Also training for a half marathon at a 7:30 pace. Future efforts, some of my personal records. The fattest I've been, 178 pounds. I'm like 5'8", 5'7" and a half, 5'8", 5'8" and a half. No, I don't know. Yeah. And social. So some things I want to work on in the future. And spiritual, again, some things that I want to work on or revisit in the future. And then life ops, so managing my life. And for me, this includes like project and task management systems. You don't want to spend too much time on it, but you should spend enough time that makes you more productive and efficient. But you don't want to spend too much time, because then it's just procrastination. And then also organizing all my files and just setting up the minimum, most useful productivity apps, and then maintaining the system that I've set up. So I need to come back to these. I haven't set them up yet. For now, I wanted to set up the website. So it's sort of like a list of dependencies. First website, then it was starting my March to Startup, and then it was, then I think optimal health, so refining that, and then coming back to this once all my projects have been started, and update everything here. So now going to the main page, or the main reason we're here. So March to Startup. March to Startup, I consider it occupational, financial. The goal is to have $1 billion business, $1 billion success. But for now, first goal is let's reach 5,000 passive income within 1 to 2 years. And my goal here isn't to like first build a YouTube audience and then push out ideas and things like that. I want to start generating this income before even that. Wait, is this a different font? Huh. Okay. I think it's the same size. I was checking to see if it's like a different. Oh, I'll check it later. Yeah. So first goal, 5,000 passive income within 1 to 2 years. If I can't, then it's going to be, I should maybe freelance or get a job like Microsoft, Costco, some teams in there that are on the iOS apps or Android apps or web full stack development, probably only work like 40 hours a week. So it's manageable. What in addition to everything that I'm interested in. The principles that drive this, so I want to build a team that's focused around merit and drive. We're agile and adapt to situations. I want to focus on impact over profit. I don't just want to focus on things that are trendy. Like I want to actually focus on things that can have an impact. Want to be continuously learning and improving. Want to be resourceful and efficient. Want to be transparent and have some integrity. Whatever I say, whatever my reputation is, I want to hold it. And then just be moral in what I'm doing. What I envision for this project, ultimately $100 billion net worth, but we need to get to that. And the only way to get to that is first take those baby steps. And if I can't get through this for whatever reason, then I'm going to fail. A little bit of a timeline. So this is where I need to continue to update it. So the future timeline that I have in mind, I need to write it out here. Here is where I'll I guess update weekly on reasons either for the delay or just explain edits, things that happen along the way, learnings that I've learned, and then any resources that I'm using. So I previously went over, I don't have it here, but like all the books, courses, videos, websites, TVs, everything, all of those things that I went over, I'm gonna have here available for people to reference. And then this isn't the that wasn't the live site, but this is the live site and it's there. So I need to update that. And what else? So I've covered March to Startup. UX UI design is right now a template that I need to come back to. Where is my mind? Where was I? Oh, got it. Yeah. So website is pretty much updated. Actually didn't go over everything. So I went over all the areas of wellness, went over all the projects in each area. Portfolio is right now just where I'm keeping like the things that I'm updating on the website. So the projects that I need to update include the optimal health, UX UI design, my PhD research. Let's see. Did I update it? Oh, I didn't push it. Okay. Yeah, so my PhD research, and then these were life ops projects. These within the March to Startup, I needed to update. Half Marathon wanted to update my shin splint plan. And then these are things in the future that I'll probably add, but not a priority for now. And then last part, contact. This one was like I guess the funnest to work on, and also the hardest because I wanted it to be responsive. So if you can see, like, on when you get on like your phone or smaller screens, these block up. Let's see, let's make it even smaller than that. Yeah, so it just looks nice. I kind of want to update this section. It looks a little bit off, but it was kind of what I had in mind at the moment. So I'm not sure how to update it, but the main things that I want to convey are there. So it's good for now. Let's see. Yeah, so eventually want to have a Reddit community to talk about like the different projects, have open discussions. I'll have a Discord community, but this one will be paid because I do want to add moderators. I know how like spammy the conversations can get when it's on a community like Discord or Slack, and I'd prefer to have it moderated. And then because I'll be try to respond like, or not respond to every message, but like have decent interaction in that community. I also want to get some pay from it. Patreon, we'll see what perks I can think of, and if I can't think of anything that's like useful for you and worth my time for me, then probably remove this option. And then lastly, Calendly. So I'll probably have like availabilities where I can talk about college, getting scholarships. I initially got my bachelor's all through scholarships. We can talk about graduate research, running if you're into that. And eventually in the future, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai. But for now, just running, coding, and startups. So there's probably lots of other things that I brushed over in my sort of wheelhouse. So if you want to meet for any other reason, just send me a a reason for the meeting. I don't have it set up yet, but in the future, if you want to meet with me, you please have like a reason, and then I can confirm whether I'm actually useful in that, or I'm probably not the best person to talk to. So now that we've gone over the website and given an update, now I want to start to update March to Optimal Health. Then I need UX UI is actually something I need to start. I haven't necessarily I have, but I haven't really like started it. So this one I think will just be a little bit in the future once I start it. And March to Startup. So this is something so what you're seeing right now is sort of like a mix of I need to update my project management system. Let me see what I can show without like sharing details of my life that I don't want to share. Okay, I could probably show this. So right now in my project management system, okay. Oh yeah, that should be fine. In my occupational efforts, UX UI design, March to Startup, physical efforts, March to Optimal Health, wound care, which is PhD research, and then life ops, system maintenance. So you can see it closely mirrors the website. Now on the website, I did realize I should split system maintenance into the 3 projects, and March to Optimal Health, I didn't include my half marathon training, so my own system is sort of lagging the website at the moment. So I need to like take some time, because I've just been focused on first improving my health habits, and then whatever time I have left in the day working on the website. So kind of slacking, honestly. Oh, actually, we're also working on my PhD research. So kind of slacking, but not really, because I'm also TAing. So yeah, there's more things I'm actually working on than come to my mind. But my own system's lagging the website at the moment. So I need to update my own system, get my notes in order, and then update the website. Because I'm not going to be sharing like information that I seen on the internet, didn't really try it myself. The only thing I'm sharing is my journey, and you'll need to update it for your own preferences, depending on your context and your circumstances. But at least it's something that's tried and true for me, so it might be useful to you. So let's work on this. After that, I'll probably work offline, because I need to like update my own system, and then I can update the website. So March to Optimal Health. This is focused on where are we at? March to Startup. We have, and if you notice, I'm not trying to be like super fancy with my website. I want it to be like very minimal. I can get it done, just want to convey the most important information, because I only know like maybe 50% of the HTML, maybe like 70% of HTML stuff that I need, and only like 50% of the CSS stuff that I need. So I've mostly been experimenting, but also checking online, checking ChatGPT to make this rough website. My goal right now isn't to learn HTML, CSS. It's just to make this website. Let's see, where am I? Oh, I did not start this. Okay. So the one sentence summary, we'll come back to this, but right now it's going to be something along the lines of improving my health after a blood pressure scare by focusing on sleep, nutrition, stress, and exercise. Let's wrap this. Okay. And then the primary purpose, the main motivation, and the objectives. So my interest in this started in 20 I had a blood pressure in February, in March 23. My measured at over 110. Your I don't know if I want to do that. Your alcoholic uncle. Probably has a lower blood pressure than me. And also, 3 out of 9 of my aunts and uncles have passed in their 50s and 60s. The majority diabetes. I want to have longevity and a good life. Fixing my health is important. And then principles, constraints. Do I have any principles? Oh, I know, okay. Include following whose dietary and physical exercise suggestions as well as a broke college student's budget and time. So I'll run this by ChatGPT, but essentially the meals need to be cheap, but they also need to be good. They also need to be easy to make. I'm not going to spend like an hour every day, 2 hours every day making each of my meals. I need to meal prep it on the weekend. I don't have a preference for meat. It just needs to meet my dietary and budget constraints. And that's just foreshadowing that vegan isn't the easiest, because it's actually expensive if you want to fulfill like all your supplemental needs, or in preparation, all the food. But then meat also isn't good because you're gonna miss out on a lot of the nutrients if you're only eating meat. So that is throwing some shade at both sides. And outcome envisioning. So this is gonna be I got this. Cool. So what I previously wrote might need to be improved a bit. Was outcome envisioning. And here we got a list. LI, blood pressure, oh, okay. Pressure, maybe confirmation. Issue confirmation, or blood pressure seriousness confirmation. So after 90 days of following a disciplined plan, either my pressure reaches a healthy level, or so at the end of 90 days, I can either determine whether I was neglecting an important aspect of my health, or there's something more serious going on. So either reaches, or I have confirmed there is something more serious that needs to be checked by a specialist. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, and stress. Because I don't smoke, I don't drink, so there's no other issues, other factors that could contribute to it. Oh yeah, the other thing. I really have been... I've started it, but just taking it seriously is something that I need to improve on. Healthy weight. I want to reach a BMI of, or how about, let's say, to have a mass percentage be under or be around 19%. I think it was. So either I can gain muscle and I still have some fat and I weigh the same, or I can just lose the unhealthy fat. Both are okay for me. And then be more fit. To me, this means having a VO2 of 58, run a marathon in 3 hours and minutes, a mile in 5:30, pass Navy SEAL PSAT, yeah, this is the foundation next for weightlifting or calisthenics to improve my strength a little bit, and then go into martial arts. Once ideally I should have money. My March to Startup should be giving me income to then start taking and paying for kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu plans. And then improve body, March to Startup. So March to Startup, or not March to Optimal Health is sleep, exercise, nutrition. No, so I would include the fourth one. But I would say sleep near perfect, sleep score, get a sleep score above 90 on the majority of days. Right now, or I'll write that down in the timeline actually. Timeline, we have a UL and okay, so wait. Oh, got it. Base metrics. And this was average sleep score. And then we want to include average sleep time. And what else? I said VO2 max. Marathon time. Should I run a marathon just to... or let's do predicted. And mile time. And then P, I should actually do the PSCTs. Navy SEAL PSATs. So I need. When I started this, I think it was like 55. It was pretty good because of last summer. Mile time was 6:37, I think. It might have been 6:37. Yeah, VO2 max is 55. Let me check my health. Oh, and okay, this is another good one. LI, daily steps. Previously, this was embarrassingly low. Year, let's see, 20. This is so low. 3.9 or 3,983 steps. That is so horrible. This was 2023. Average sleep score. Let's see, average sleep score. Oh man. Wait, what? I don't know if that's accurate. It's saying 8 hours, but my Garmin. One year. Recently it's 7 hours, so I don't know if before I used to have even better sleep. Where? Well, yeah, I'll just do for my time now. So right now it's 6 hours. No. 6 hours, 55 minutes. And my average sleep score is 77. And where do I get sleep? REM sleep. Oh. Let's see. So this is just from today, but it's probably representative. Deep sleep is about 1 hour, 30 minutes. That's around it. And then REM is only like 53 minutes. So that's around it. Maybe a little bit better than most days. My predicted marathon time is... How do I check that? Is 3... This actually should be 3 hours and like 40 minutes. Yeah, 3 hours, 42 minutes, and like 16 seconds. So Yeah. And what else do we need to figure out? Progress tracking. No, I don't think. Learnings, maybe learnings. We'll have a timeline, but then we'll also have learnings. And this should be 2024 sh1 base metrics. This is physical, March to optimal health, base metrics. Cool. And what else? Updates and learnings, edits. Resources. So there's a lot I'm not covering here. Okay. I think what I'll do is principles, outcome visioning, format, maybe under format. And I had format for half marathon. How I will accomplish this effort. And this is broken down into oh, got it. Heading 3. So here we want sleep, and then we'll have heading 3, nutrition, exercise, and stress. It's actually okay. So I'll update this and the weight, and then I'll probably work offline. So this was for the efforts pages, but let's make it general. H3. And for H3, do we have a border? This kind of sounds like SpongeBob. Border, font size. Let's do like 1.6. Let's comment this out for now. Why isn't it? Oh, comment this out. 6. Wait, what did I change? The font size. Maybe underline. How do you underline? No, CSS. Text decoration, underline. Text decoration, underline. Or do we want how do you do italics? How to font style. Font style italic. Yeah. That looks good. How do I feel about underlining it though as well? I'm undecided. I'll have it without the underline for now. I think this might be helpful. So I'll keep it for now, but I might remove it. Yeah. So then what I would probably add to this, because this is where I'm starting to lag my own system. March to optimal health. In my own system, what I have is I can show this actually. So for my March to optimal health, I still need to update the list though. But like at the start, I needed to do. I did a research plan to make to be thorough. Did blood tests, and as well as a bunch of other measurements and other tools I use. Some of these these are all the ones I didn't use. No, wait. What did I use? All of this I used, all of this I didn't use. And made a plan for nutrition, for fitness, mental health, and sleep. And skin as well, I think. And then made a routine that I would follow every day. So I'll need to just update this and write it there. Yeah. Okay. I did have a bit more structured notes than I remembered. But requirements, I'll probably write those. Should involve so I want to figure out how I want to convey this information. First, I guess for myself, because this was really like a rough note, and then for the website. Yeah, so I need to update my notes now. We're at the point where website's caught up to my own notes. Need to update my own notes, then update the website. Okay. That's actually a good place to be. So I'll update my notes, my projects, probably today. Might take some time tomorrow. Come back to the website, finish all of these, and then start my March to Startup. So when I start my March to Startup, that'll be having a plan for UX UI design, so I can update that project. And then in March to Startup, I'll also have updated, my timeline. And then at that point, once I've updated my timeline, part of the timeline is I want to read some books and get started. I want to learn about people, and in particular at first, I want to study Jeff Bezos. So I can start updating that. This I started today, and I'll probably continue, this week. So all of these will be done either tomorrow, Wednesday, or this week. And once that's done, there's more things to come. Let's see. Let me get a brief reminder. So for myself, I'm doing UX UI design, and then website development, and I'll be sharing my journey there. What are my March to Startup efforts? Occupational March to Startup. I had a timeline here. Okay. Let's just go over it quickly. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so this is previous journey. Current journey, current roadmap. And that included project management. Yeah, so update that. My computer security. Yeah, update that. Then I do need to do some research for my company. What tax, legal stuff do I need to be aware of? So probably for this, I'm probably going to look for an accountant and an attorney. And I might not have enough to hire them now, but I'll ask them can I pay you $300-$400, set up a 1-hour meeting? I just have some questions I want to run by you. And that'll probably just save me a lot of time and effort. Set up a business bank account. Really figure out my finances. This is right now what I'm also trying to do. Really just be disciplined about my march to optimal health. And right. So once I finish my website and do all of these things, start learning Figma, and then in parallel probably learn Git, so I can just make better use of how I use Git, be more productive and efficient. And plug in some of my affiliate accounts into my website. So I need to read the rules behind this, because I think I need to disclose that they're affiliate links. So nice, making good progress. For this week, where I'd want to be is want this to be done, this to be done. I want to be able to start this, want this to be done, want this to be done. Probably want to start this and this. Yeah. Okay. All right. See y'all tomorrow.